What's up everybody? My name is Toxic31 and I'm going to review the latest Warbond in Helldivers 2 today, the Control Group Warbond. And let's see if this new Warbond from Super Earth's best scientists is worth your hard-earned super credits. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. First, we look at the two new armor sets in this Warbond. They come in a medium and heavy version, and the light armor version is available in the Superstore. These armor sets come with a completely new and very unique armor passive, Adreno Defibrillator. It provides a one-time, short-lived self-revive upon death, and the short-lived part is very important here. It also increases the duration of the stim effect by 2 seconds and provides a 50% resistance to arc damage. And the very funny, enthusiastic mirth emote is also available in the Superstore. But how does this new armor passive work? Well, once your Helldiver dies, you will automatically self-revive, but the screen turns black and white and your Helldiver will bleed out very quickly. Now, you can stim yourself, increasing the time. You will stay alive, but you cannot take new supplies and will die very fast. But it does give you the chance to quickly finish an objective or go out in a blaze of glory. Next up is the only primary weapon in this Warbond, the VG70 variable. And this is a complicated one, so stay with me here. It deals 85 damage with light armor penetration, has a capacity of 49, the recoil is only 7, and the standard fire rate is 550 RPM. The weapon can be upgraded, but sadly, once again, only the scope can be changed. And this gun really would have benefited from increased ergonomics, because the weapon feels very slow while aiming. If the gun is used in full auto with the highest fire rate, it is best compared to the STA-52 assault rifle, with both guns having a very similar damage output. Now, the weapon is called variable for a reason. Not only can the scope be changed between 25, 50 and 100 meters, but you can also adjust the fire rate of the weapon between 300, 550 and 750 RPM. But what makes this weapon truly unique are the different firing modes: fully automatic, volley and total. Fully automatic functions just as you would expect, shooting like a normal assault rifle. The volley mode uses 7 bullets at once, firing in a single projectile, turning the gun into a shotgun or marksman rifle. In this mode, the gun has quite a lot of recoil. But the total mode is where it gets really interesting. The gun fires all bullets left in the magazine in a single projectile, dealing massive damage to the enemy and knocking back the Helldiver, dealing a bit of damage to yourself. If you shoot like this 3 times, your Helldiver will break his arm, but you can avoid the knockback and taking damage to yourself by simply going prone.
Last reload!
I tested all the different firing modes against all 3 factions, so let's go through them one by one. In full auto against the Terminids, the gun feels okay, but the lack of any stagger or stun force and the relatively low damage output compared to other assault rifles can quickly lead to you getting swarmed by a lot of small enemies. Sadly, the magazine of the weapon can't be upgraded in this full auto mode, so it's not the best against the Terminids. The volley mode is useful against the Terminids, being able to two-shot alpha commanders and one-tap anything that is smaller. But the low ergonomics and the low ammo count of only 7 shots can once again mean you quickly get overrun by the hordes of small chaff enemies. The total mode is where this gun becomes very interesting. If you manage to get behind the charger, you can take out its rear with just 2 shots, causing the charger to enter the bleed-out state. May be very situational, but it can absolutely save your life in a pinch. And if you wait until an impaler sticks its head into the ground, you can take him out with a single shot, sometimes 2. This was a bit inconsistent sometimes, but it works great. I didn't really like the full auto mode against the automatons. You can of course quickly take out the small troopers of this faction, and the weapon is very precise because of its low recoil, but the low damage and only light armor penetration really hurts the weapon against the bots. It takes almost half a magazine to take out a reinforced strider when you aim for their legs. I enjoyed the volley mode of the weapon much more here. The high damage and precision of the variable make it possible to play the weapon like a marksman rifle on longer ranges or a shotgun for short ranges. It's not the best, specifically compared with other weapons of these categories, but for a light pen weapon, it's pretty decent. The total mode of the weapon didn't feel that useful against the automatons though. Because of the light armor penetration, you can't really use it against a lot of enemies, but you can one-shot a Hulk to its back, if you manage to get the right angle or catch them from behind. Where this weapon truly shines in my opinion is against the Illuminate. Like with any other full auto assault rifle, you can easily and quickly mow through hordes of Votless. Now, the relative small magazine does mean you have to reload a lot, and it's not the best against Overseers, but the weapon is very accurate and does what it should, dealing with hordes of small enemies even if you are not just hitting headshots.
Last reload! How'd you like to take all freedom?
The volley mode didn't feel as impactful here though. You can one-shot Watchers, but it takes 2 to 4 shots to take out an Overseer, and even though the bullets will penetrate through Votless, the small magazine and slow ergonomics make it not fun and not worth using. But here, the total mode absolutely shines. Of course you will one-tap any Votless, Watchers or Overseers, but you can also quickly take out flash mobs. It takes around 2, sometimes 3 shots to deal with them. But the most incredible thing about the total mode against the Illuminate is the fact that you can one-shot Harvesters to their eye, if you are really accurate. This simply feels amazing and can save your life in a pinch if you are out of stratagems or support weapons. The next item on our list is the Blast 45 Epoch, a powerful plasma weapon that fires 1 blast at a time, each blast exploding on impact. The weapon has to be charged up to be fired, and the more you charge the weapon, the more damage the projectile will do, and the bigger and more powerful the explosion is going to be. The Epoch is a very interesting support weapon, but it also comes with some issues. Since you have to charge up every shot, you are exposing yourself to the enemy, risking that you will get hit before you have a chance to get off your shot. The stationary reload is also quite long for a weapon with only 3 shots inside 1 magazine, and the weapon has a lot of spread, meaning it sometimes just fires to the side and you will miss your target. It is also very important to keep an eye on the charge-up meter or listen to the sound cues of the weapon, because if you overcharge it, the weapon will explode and kill you. After this, the weapon is destroyed and cannot be picked up from the ground. It has to be called in once again. And since the weapon has a very long cooldown timer, you don't want to be left without your support weapon.
Joining the fray!
I tried the Epoch against all 3 factions and found that this weapon, just like the VG70 variable, is best used in multiple scenarios, but doesn't really excel in any area. The weapon can be used for crowd control. Because of the high damage and big explosion radius, a few shots can take out an entire patrol and big groups of small and medium-sized enemies. But the small magazine size and inaccuracy of the gun make it less effective than other crowd control weapons, such as the grenade launcher or airburst rocket launcher. And because the gun has a stationary reload after only 3 shots, you quickly get overrun by the small chaff enemies of all the factions. So it's best used on medium to long ranges rather than in close quarters. This can sometimes get a little bit tricky, especially with such a small magazine, but it is very effective. The Epoch also brings some utility. Laser cannons can quickly be destroyed with a single shot, and even side objectives, such as mortar or anti-air emplacements, can quickly be taken out with the Epoch. The Epoch can also take out enemy spawners, like automaton fabricators, but it's not the best at doing that. But what makes this weapon special is the fact that it doesn't have to be a crowd control weapon. It can also deal with even the heaviest enemies. Chargers can quickly be taken out with 2 shots to their head. Impalers don't stand a chance and can be killed with a single shot. And even Bile Titans can quickly be dealt with using the Epoch. It takes around 2 to 3 shots to their face to take them down. The weapon works very similar against the automatons. It can take out a Hulk from the front with a single shot to its eye, or 2 shots to its body. Gunships can become a bit of a problem. Now, you can take them down with a single shot, but because the gunships keep moving and the weapon is sometimes very inaccurate, it can lead to some frustrating moments. But you can still fire faster than most anti-tank weapons. And even factory striders can be taken out with the Epoch. It is not the most efficient way to deal with these giant robot dogs, and its inaccuracy hurts when you try to take one out from longer ranges, but it absolutely works, taking out the big cannon on its back with 2 shots and finishing it off with 3 or 4 additional shots to its eye. Not great compared with other anti-tank weapons, but since the Epoch also works as a crowd control weapon, it's really not that bad. The weapon also performs pretty good against the heavy units of the Illuminate. Now, you can't really take out Leviathans with the Epoch, but flash mobs are no problem. It only takes 3 quick shots to their bodies to take them down.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Stingrays can quickly be destroyed with a single shot, if you manage to land your shot, of course. And the Epoch performs great against the Illuminate Harvesters. If you aim for their leg joints, you will not only stagger them and cancel out their attacks, but you will also take them out with 2 quick shots. And if you want to be even more efficient, 1 precise shot to a Harvester's eye will quickly deal with this annoying tripod.
You have accomplished Liberty's will. Extract at your discretion.
Next up is the G31 Arc Grenade, a throwable device engineered to bounce when hitting the ground, releasing bursts of electricity on each impact. And I have to say, this grenade might be the biggest surprise of the Warbond for me. I didn't really expect much when I first saw this grenade, but man was I wrong, and man am I glad that I was. The G31 doesn't just have one strength. Like all the other items in this Warbond, it's powerful because it can be used in multiple different scenarios. The G31 has no problem with controlling larger crowds of enemies, or closing off choke points. And this works great against all 3 factions in the game. All small enemies will instantly get killed. All medium-sized enemies get either stunned or also taken out with the 2nd or 3rd burst of the grenade. So it basically deals with crowds like the gas or incendiary grenade. It stuns targets like the stun grenade, but deals more damage than either of those other grenades. There are some drawbacks to this grenade though. Because the grenade keeps bouncing around, it can bounce in either your or teammates' direction, killing you or your fellow Helldivers.
Tagging map, northwest, far.
The G31 also can't take out enemy spawners like bug nests, automaton fabricators, or Illuminate ships. The grenade does work against heavy enemies as well. Taking them out with the G31 might be a little inconsistent sometimes, because the grenades can also bounce away from the target and therefore deal less damage than they theoretically could, but it will still heavily damage the targets and stun them with each pulse. Impalers can be taken out with the arc grenade. Just wait again until it sticks its head into the ground, throw some grenades right at the ground, and the G31 will take care of the rest. Hulks also don't stand a chance against these grenades. Just throw some at a Hulk's feet and enjoy the lightning show. Now again, this can be a little inconsistent sometimes, but it's so much fun. But the G31 arc grenade truly shines against the Illuminate. They can fully stun-lock flash mobs and will take them out with just a few bursts. But the most surprising and amazing thing this grenade can do is to quickly and easily take out the Illuminate Harvesters. I couldn't even believe how well this worked. The next item on our list is the ALAS-98 Laser Sentry, a turret firing powerful and precise laser beams. And this is also a very special sentry. All the other sentries in the game have a timer that starts the moment a sentry is called in and lands. So even if the sentry doesn't get destroyed or runs out of ammo, it will get deactivated after some time. Not so the laser sentry. This turret can, in theory, stay on the map for the entire mission. It will not run out of ammo, and it has no timer that will deactivate it. But if it fires for too long, it will explode. This sentry was also a very nice surprise. It's not as great as the rocket sentry in taking out heavy enemies, and it might not be as good as the Tesla Tower or Gatling sentry in dealing with large crowds because it overheats quickly. But the fact that it deals with both scenarios well is once again very unique. Maybe the sentry overheats a little too quickly sometimes, but it's still capable of deleting entire patrols or some heavy enemies. The turret sadly does not aim for weak spots and sometimes targets enemies further away rather than the ones close to it, but it's still very effective and very cool. Just try to get out of its way, as it will target enemies right through you or your teammates. And last but certainly not least is the Lift 182 Warp Pack, my favorite item in this Warbond. And in my opinion, this new backpack is worth buying the new Warbond all by itself. It might be not just my favorite new backpack in the game, but maybe my new favorite stratagem overall. Using the Warp Pack is actually incredibly easy and intuitive. You simply hold the interact button and your Helldiver will teleport in the direction you are aiming. Once you teleport it, you will see the backpack glows yellow. If the backpack is in this state, you should let it cool down for about 4 seconds. Then it will turn purple again and can be used safely. If you warp again while the backpack glows yellow, you will teleport, but your Helldiver will get injured. The backpack then glows red and takes twice as long to cool down and reach the purple state again. Should you warp during this red phase, the backpack will explode and kill your Helldiver. And now I want to show you why I think this new backpack is so amazing. For the first time in Helldivers 2, it is now possible to enter a bunker even if you are alone. You can also carry objectives, like a black box, and still teleport around without any problems. If you dive and activate the warp pack mid-air, it increases the distance you can teleport and you can reach places even further away. You can charge up weapons like the Quasar Cannon, Railgun or the Epoch, teleport mid-charge and reposition yourself for the shot. And while you can't teleport inside shipping containers, the warp pack simply opens them for you. You can also traverse the map in very cool ways. Because the warp pack will teleport you onto any climbable surface, it is possible to reach places where you couldn't climb otherwise. This is great for getting vantage points or simply getting out of harm's way. But you can't just warp onto things. No, you can also directly warp into things, such as small or medium-sized enemies. And if the enemy isn't too big, you will instantly take them out. Such a cool new way to deal with our enemies. But it is very important to keep an eye on your surroundings. Otherwise, you might accidentally warp right in front of a sentry or into a fellow Helldiver. But even if that happens, it's always so funny that you can't really be mad about it. I mean, just look at this. I just love this new backpack. It's always funny, it always looks cool, and I just can't get enough of it. So, what do I think about this latest addition to the game, and is the Control Group Warbond worth your hard-earned super credits? I think it will come to no surprise, but yes, it absolutely is worth getting. And no, none of the items are the new meta or the new best support weapon against this enemy or that faction. But every item brings a lot of utility. Every item can be used in different ways and for different scenarios. And the new Warp Pack might just be the coolest stratagem that we have gotten in months. And in my opinion is worth the super credits on its own. Even if you only want to use it to farm super credits, since you can open bunkers now all by yourself. I am really happy with this new Warbond. It's fun, it's unique, and every item offers something different. Only the inaccuracy of the epoch should be fixed. That is just insane. But otherwise, this Warbond is amazing and definitely one of the coolest we have gotten in a while. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new Warbond, and I hope you have a great day. Toxic31, signing out.
Liberty, shield me!